Hello, Rick7 and welcome back to Grand Tactician, the Civil War, as we continue our Confederate cavalry campaign and also continuing my inability to timekeep properly. So we are starting the episode in the middle of a battle. This time it is the Battle of Aquia Harbour being fought on the Fredericksburg map, and it was a Confederate attack of federal positions who held the town and then over the Lacey just of the river. And this is just in the morning of day 2. So day 1 was a very bold and aggressive thrust from Lee and his army. Obviously, we assisted with our fantastic cavalry regiment, or brigade I should say now, sorry. Doing a good bit of work kind of skirmishing and racking up a reasonable number of kills ourselves. The result is that we have taken the town of Fredericksburg and really shattered the federal position, so that they're kind of split now on both sides of the river and with some disparate forces in between. However, that aggressive nature has cost us in terms of casualties, so we're sitting there, 4,500, give or take, to about 4,000 casualties, with a bit of a hand-wavy rounding. So I think the order for the day is, well, firstly and foremost, ensure we secure victory, and secondly we're going to help clear out these disparate little pockets, which should hopefully start pushing the casualty numbers in our favour. The downside of the forces we control, let me just unpause this as we continue to natter on, is our boys are all woefully short of ammunition. So that is something we're going to have to work on. Oh, we start things off straight away with the rout of the 9th New York. That's lovely. So I might ask these gentlemen to get back on their horse, as with here. We do have to watch, we are quite close to auto-braking. We've taken a fair bit of casualties in our efforts, just to try and inflict some more casualties. We can go a wee charge over here. I'm not sure we're going to get there in time. We seem to be somewhat dragging our heels. Right, let's move Jebediah here up to the front line so you can better control the troops. Yeah, don't worry about it. But let's get across this bridge though. Support friendly unit, yes sir. Over here. Do you know what? Yeah, I can do that. Or never mind. Yes, there's one chunky brigade over here and a few who are not in a great state and may not give us too much trouble. But there's not much in the way of Confederates over here, so I think we probably want to try and push over and maybe support this infantry to help clear out this artillery. That seems like a sensible plan. Get ourselves over here. We'll try and open up a flank. Oh, there's some cavalry over here as well. 900 of them. Yeah, it's a sizable chunk. I think we can fairly comfortably set it 2x. Oh, some really experienced artillery there. Mr. George Davidson. What we really want to do is line artillery here and just hammer the boys in the far bank. Oh, now the cavalry has actually charged and broke first unit. We're continuing their charge. We could weigh in here. How are we doing? Low ammunition. Everything else is pretty good. Get 'em, boys. Defend our lads. Hey, we broke them. That was good. That was good. We are somewhat isolated here, though. Turn, please. Why are you? Oh, I don't want. I want my horse. I got very confused there because it was selecting the infantry rather than my horse unit. Okay, so they're pulling back. Yeah, I think that's ample room for us to clear out this battery. We'll maybe just keep pushing these units. And leading the way as our infantry tries to catch up. Excellent, excellent. Now have to be careful. An artillery unit has broken us before. Right, let's go. I'm tempted to go dismounted and skirmish actually. You'll get on that fence. Wait for some artillery support. Some numbers coming up now. Firing? Yeah, maybe. You guys taking out the gun? No, please do so. Okay, I think we need to fall back with these horse. Let's get behind the artillery unit. Oh yeah, you need to fall back as well. Don't want the lads to break. How this battery survived, I don't know. Definitely something funny goes on with melee against the cavalry batteries. Okay, sorry about that. Minor interruption. Back to it. I think, as ever when I start a new recording, I always end up being aggressive. That's good. Yeah, what is this doing? Oh, it's moving my unit command. Okay. Hey, well, like almost 100 hours and I've never used arrow keys to jump around units before. At least not that I can remember. Okay, I need this inventory to get their act together and start to push forward a little bit. Oh. You guys maybe go to help deal with them. So you're not reversing into them. So I may just need to pull you out. Unstable, low ammunition. Might be time for someone else to do a little bit of the fight. Yeah, pull back a little bit, please. These guys seem to have recovered themselves somewhat. This infantry all looks a little shaky. Getting these guys to break, which I think they will do rather quickly, should help. Although yeah, you're having a bit of bad time as well. Okay, so let's go back. Give men a chance to rest. Not they've done huge amounts this morning, to be perfectly honest. Inexperienced, but good, a nice veteran officer. You guys are also inexperienced with battle experience officer. I thought someone got a second star. Alright, back in. Another interruption. I've chosen a bad time to do this apparently. But like with all my bad decisions, I will persevere. Alright, we'll give these guys a chance to recoup the morale. Oh yeah, 30, that is low. They're very tired it seems. Alright, we'll let you stand there and rest for a little bit. You guys can just rest there. Well, your fatigue is fine. I'm surprised you're so tired. Okay. Yeah, we're going to watch this resilience factor. That's going to cause an issue eventually. Yeah, they've unfortunately pulled together a reasonable force here. Recovered the morale. Starting to press. We'll have to watch that. Our own boys here can a little bit isolated. Be good to get support from... who's this? Eccles here. They can kind of swing in. I'll help blunt this attack. Meanwhile... oh, James. Alright, Lee, fair play. Meanwhile, you've just swept across the river and pushed the Federals off their position. Kudos, my man, kudos. Yeah, casualties have evened out. We now control both points. Credit where credit's due. Okay, I think if I can select them, I'm going to bring these guys back across the river as well. Just so we don't get caught out of position should something go awry. Oh, I think you're technically under fire as well. Let's bring you all the way back to the rear. Once these guys are across the river, I'll get them mounted up and pulled back into reserve as well. Okay, so leading through the wheat fields. We got leading out here. Ah, hey, look who we found. So I hope he's not feeling too bad about being displaced, although he's ended up with having lost his brigade, taking control of a regiment under Early. But they're doing good work. Perhaps that may have been a better front for me to end up on, with a lot more space for manoeuvre with the good old cavalry. It's very constrained here. Right, let's get you back on your horses. Let's get you pulled up over here. Excellent, and things continue to tick in our favour, I think. Right, since our active participation is going to be fairly limited, probably for at least a couple hours. Wait, changed. Only 4% per hour. That's not a lot. What about you? 8% per hour. Yeah, it's going to take maybe a couple hours of rest before you're fit for a fight. Although presumably they're also having morale issues because they have so many routed units. Alright, we need to keep an eye on it. But yeah, our participation is going to halt for a little bit so we don't get our boys routed. So maybe I'll just put a cut in here and I'll jump back when we get back in the action, or if we get a significant issue elsewhere. Okay, it's now 9:45 in the morning. Our morale has stabilised, so we're 70-odd%. Federals unfortunately have routed the Confederate infantry that was just across this peninsula, although they are holding just south of the river. I think part of me would like to support this position, but I also think we could do a better job perhaps of trying to roll up the side here and support this infantry assault. So I think that's essentially what we're going to do. We're going to get ourselves over here as a brigade. Just keep the morale in position and just hope that the infantry here can hold the position. There's some really exposed artillery, unfortunately, because some of these guys are crack units with 3-inch rifles there. But there's a bunch of infantry if they can be convinced to actually advance. Meanwhile, hopefully we can get in and start to put some pressure on the flank. Again, our low ammo hurts our fire rate, which is my biggest concern. Apart from that, the biggest concern is just the losses we've taken as a whole are starting to really impact our morale. If you look at the morale changes, we're currently getting... Oh no, we're okay. Well, maybe it's just because we're hanging about over here with all the routed units. We were getting a big debuff from routed units before, but that may have just been because they were in our vicinity, rather than because of the army as a whole. Alright, let's go skirmish up, boys. That's not disorder. Right, you are both off your horse. That's something at least. Loose order. No, go loose order, please. Right, we'll hold off the orders. We'll get you where you need to be, and then we'll try that again. Morale's looking great. Well, yours could be better, but we'll be okay. Right, that worked. Maybe it didn't. Okay, this is your endless order. Yeah, okay, you spread it. Good. Perfect, right. You the boys will advance to the edge of the cornfield. We'll start push up. See if we can flank them, sports infantry. Although it might be a head-on fight, which is probably not what we want, to be honest. Come on, keep going. Little battle flags on show. Nice to see. how many men we got here? 700, that's pretty chunky, another 400 there. Okay. So we do have 1300 of our own. Although, shaky morale. These guys have been fighting for longer than we have. We are in loose formation, we should minimise our losses if we turn and face, but the low ammunition is going to hurt our rate of fire. Okay, turn. Oh, you guys are making this painful. Wow, great opening salvo, 8.5 prestige, that's a nice big number. Okay, good. Yeah, that's what you normally see. Okay, so we'll take this stand-up fight. Let's move yourself slightly out of harm's way there, Leslie. They're also low ammunition. Good. Who's this? Oh, Lee is here in person. Show him how we fight, boys. To be honest, at this range, I might be able to get you to lie down. And I might be able to get you to lie down. Which again will minimise your casualties. It looks like you're still in range. Yep. Good. So all of this should just edge this fight in our favour. Although, yeah, you're firing. Perfect. A ragged volley indeed. Although that's how we're trained to fight. We're not hurling shots en masse. Morale stays confident, that's good. So the only thing you're concerned is that the auto break. Beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, casualties remain almost even. It's a very, very fine affair. Right, just quick scans how the federal push over here is going. Oh, it's threatening indeed, actually. Get these guys organised into a line. Fend this off. But we've taken the pressure off these boys as well, so that should hopefully help. Well, it would have been good to just kind of, if they'd have engaged from the front, or when we just roll up the flank, which had been what my picture perfect outcome would have been. More crack gun units. I think that's the first Richmond howitzers, yet they've got a Whitworth rifle. The name doesn't quite match up with your equipment. Yeah, we'll lose a few batteries over here though. You guys need to sort yourself out. You're feeding them one unit at a time. I suspect they might start to fall back sooner or later. They've also got their HQ providing them close support. Okay, some more troops heading to the front now, that's good. You really need to pull these guys back. There's one thing is not very good at is retreating its artillery units. Although in reality, artillery fire against this clumped up forces, especially at this short range, would be pretty devastating. Well, that's with a volley. Would it maybe perhaps better kind of trying to get an L shape on our assault? That may have just triggered one of these other units to engage us. And actually James here is closest to losing its resilience overall. We're running at, well, he's got 30% casualties, more or less. Nice little battery line along here. Don't know how effective they are. I mean, it's not the greatest sight line they've picked up. Okay, I'm maybe going to jump forward a little bit of time. I don't want to speed up the compression because it does funny things to the morale checks. So perhaps I'll hold fire until someone starts to get a bit shaky. Okay, so after another 40 minutes I think, the 39th Pennsylvanian have finally had enough. It looks like we may be starting to try and retreat. Or just turning side on. No, they're starting to fall back now. We've taken an extra probably 100 casualties or so. We've only taken a few tens. I don't know exact numbers, but it's not that many. We are going to stand up. That's the wrong one I wanted to do. That's the one. Stay in this order, but stand up, please. Just to increase our range so we can continue to rake them as we fall back. Now, given our rate of fire is nerfed through the low ammo, I'm not sure we're going to be doing enough to break them outright. And they've certainly got enough supporting forces that I wouldn't want to mount up and charge at them. Ah, we did though. We did though. Okay, that's pretty tasty. Right, let's get you guys to advance. And then we'll probably... Let's have these guys actually advance from this direction if we can. If I can get that L shape on the go. Now they've got one less unit to cover it. We'll stay nice and close to keep our morale up. And again, I think I'd like to get close enough where I can lie down. Morale is still determined. Good to see. Commander's doing great work actually in keeping it up. Now there's how many gents have we got here? I'm the 69th New York, only 350. Oh, that's actually next to nothing. They're not even interested in having a fight. Retreating already. Now certainly a tougher line behind them, but if you're actually easier, if you're willing to oblige with a fight, the 41st Pennsylvanian, then the fight we shall give you. I don't really want to take on 3 regiments though. Not without these guys weighing in. Meanwhile, over here, the Federals have managed to push and take the bridge and kind of clear out, unfortunately, a large number of Confederate batteries, which is not ideal. The battle does definitely feel in the balance. So even. 6,000 casualties aside. You know, almost a quarter of forces on both sides dead. It's just going to be about who uses the rest of their forces the best. Okay. This is now becoming a large wall of infantry. And I don't know if it's one I want to really push against. Mayhap we'd be better off forming our skirmish line up here and trying to blunt this offensive before it threatens with Fredericksburg itself. Yeah, I think we'll do that. Let's start by falling back out of rifle range. And then we shall mount up and head off. Although Lacey's not particularly well defended, to be honest. We need these boys to get involved. Stop hanging about back here. We did about that. We probably could take on a couple of these units. I don't know about all 4 though. Mount up. We've got to watch exactly where we end up with. Let's head off this way to begin with. And then we'll maybe flank out to the left here. And offer a skirmish line supporting these forces. So if this centre breaks, we could find ourselves losing this battle after all. Oh, but now you're coming forward. We should be able to get out of the way pretty quickly. He says confidently. Moving backwards. Why are you guys riding your horses backwards? Okay, that's just showing off, really. Okay, I don't want you to fall back, I just want you to move. Yeah, just move. Maybe yes, maybe no. Fortunately, they're gonna have my blooming trench lines I built. I'm the feather still going backwards. No, you're about to come to this point, aren't you? Okay. I can't do it. I can't abandon this point, even though I'm trying to defend the other one as well. Too much going on at one time. Right, get yourselves in position here. This one's closer, let's just take the fight to them. Get off your horses. Get in loose order. Engage that man. Essentially that's where we need to come to. Advance. I'm going to have to let the infantry hold it themselves, but I'm not sure that's going to happen. Yeah, we've now switched over to minor defeat. They just... such a good attack they did, and now they just seem to be not mounting a coherent defence and letting the Federals come at them. If we go for the city, we're going to abandon Lacey, and I don't really want to do that. This brigade needs to pull back and support something else. I don't know what they're playing at. Oh, Lee. I talked you up so much at the start of this episode and you've just lost this position. You had earthworks as well, although Confederate wasn't really defending that direction. Oh. Darn it. Okay. I really thought we were going to win that. That's disappointing. Oh well. Let's man up, boys. Fall back. Orders come to leave, so we're going to leave. Actually, where is our way off? All the way down here. That's fine, I'm going to come back down to this bridge. It's not for us to question why. I suspect we'll auto-break along the way, just through to the amount of routing units around us. Disappointingly. And obviously artillery is going to get ravaged in the last 40 minutes. And there they go. And we break just because there's too many retreating units. Phooey. Well, that's a pretty disappointing end to that battle. I think, again, personally, I think our troops did pretty well. I think we inflicted a large number of casualties. There you go. They routed a huge number of units, inflicted a huge bunch of casualties. But Mr. Lee could not make the most of it. I really need my other 2,000 horse. Then we'll be a force to be reckoned with. Unfortunately, it means we've given up Aquia landing. The Federals still hold Fredericksburg itself. We're really kind of getting pushed back to that Richmond line. Defeat at Aquia Harbat. That's a sore one, actually. We really needed that too. I know it was the second battle in a row, but we really needed to push those armies back. Because now, yeah, we're going to start defending down here. Okay, on a personal level, how far are we? Oh, we're nowhere near Major General. Did I promote myself? What's my rank? I am Brigadier General. Aha, I've already done that. I forgot. Getting behind myself, now I'm ahead of myself. Right, I'm just going to have to call this the interruption episode, as there was yet another one there. But this one I think was more deserving of my attention, as my dinner was ready. And it was the old Scottish delicacy of a macaroni pie with chips, and how can you say no to that? Not the healthiest evening meal, but it's a Friday, so it's fine. Anyway, let's get back to where we are. So the battle needs to play out before we get to look in and play around with anything. What's this? Oh, Lost Orders, yeah. So we just have to wait for, probably get to tomorrow. So let's maybe kick up the speed. And there we go. Suffering casualties. Unpleasantness all round. So I think before I was interrupted, we were looking at the fact that I'm a Brigadier General. Whose job can I steal? What rank are you, Walker? Ah, yes, I can apply for it. I just need a boatload of prestige. I remember now. Yep. A couple of thousand, which we're not that far away from, to be perfectly honest. So we'll keep working towards that. Oh, I get to have a new unit. Presumably because I've been promoted? I can now have more. It'd be great if it told me somewhere. We should raise a new unit then. Who's actually got people? It's not that many floating around. Maryland seems to have the most. Is that where did everyone else come from before? Hang on. Are they all Maryland? Maryland, and more Maryland. Sweet. So we could raise another Maryland brigade. We can and we can get ourselves a flying battery. I was just having a chat about this actually. Okay, let's do that. We don't need as many people actually. How big can we make it? 26. That's not many recruits. How many guns is that? I don't know. Let's not go for Maryland because that's a nice big healthy pot. We'll go for somewhere smaller. I think will be fine. Although, let's see if they're farther away, then it takes longer here. We'll just go west of Virginia. That works. Get ourselves 26 whole people. I'm guessing this is going to be quite small. But I like the idea of having this in our kind of overall cavalry escapades, so we'll keep that. We'll raise it. Oh. Why can I not recruit that? I take it back. You give me option, but you don't actually exist. Okie dokie. I mean, yeah, okay. 1,000 more cavalry? We could do them from West Virginia, but I like, I'm going to stick with Maryland because it seems fun. Which is an entire cavalry regiment from Maryland. Cavalry brigade from Maryland. One of these days I'll go a whole episode without getting those two confused. I like that look. I think that's cool. Right, sure, I'll take it. 1,000. Boom. Oh, and I can have more. Sure, let's do it. I'm going to be a large part of this force, but I'm okay with that. We can start making the difference in combat a little bit more, and not be so beholden on our generals winning the fight for us. So we're now up to 6. Okay, so that's good. So I got promoted, and I can have up to 6 units. It should also theoretically, I think, make cheaper to move once these are recruited, because I'm now controlling more units. Okay, and again, I think we're Burnsides and Frank Wessons. And I think we were always just going to the Burnsides. Yeah, 9 rounds a minute, 200 yards. Yep, that's all that's really available to us, so we'll just Burnside it up. And now we have, well, I say have, obviously it takes a while for people to get here, but eventually we'll have somewhere in the region of 6,000 men. Which is not too shabby, considering that's, what have we got here, 300, 1,200, 1,000 and 1,000. So yeah, we'll have more than everyone else combined. Nice. Which means we're going to have to start doing a lot more of a heavy lifting when it comes to fights. Obviously it depends if we engage with other people. This is exciting. Having said that, we're going to have to hang about for a long time probably and regain our strength before we get into combat. Meanwhile the Federals continue to push south and there's not much in the way of Richmond. How is the overall objective looking? Men fielded. They still outnumber us 2 to 1. Yeah, that's really the key thing here. How's battles won? We still won significantly more battles. Yeah, that's a worrying number in terms of troops. Where are some of our bigger forces? Well, Potomac's up here and is retreating along with us. Walker's division is chasing ghosts. Porterfield, okay, so we're kind of meeting up around Orange Courthouse. 26,000 men there apparently, that's just a couple of thousand. And then a few odds and sods kicking about the place. Okay. Guess we're going to lose that fort. You should probably pull back from where you are. Alright, why am I going so slow? I don't know. Cable speed. Oh, that is not a good place for us to have stopped. So this is Portfield, this is not us. Go whip him, Portfield. Hold on. That's dangerous. We're now in between two federal forces. Don't know what our supply looks like. Where are we? Supply there. Yeah, that's not ideal. Where are we actually getting it from? Technically we're getting it from here, but there's blockaded. I think we're going to get whomped by some federals before we've really regained our readiness. Hopefully we can gather some more forces. Oh, we've got our third unit there, that's good. You are... oh, you're still 20 days away. 20, 20, 32, okay. Where are we? Up here, Porterfield. You should be able to whip them there, Porterfield. Oh, 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 oh. Yeah, I think it's going to go... close one. Go on, we push them back a little bit. Any of our own... let's just check what they've bought. More cannons. It seems to buy a lot of cannons. What action have we got going on at the minute? Okay, we won. Good job. Right. And we lost the fort at the Aquia landing. Predictable. Well, we're continuing leadership. We're getting pretty good with our stats. We're still inexperienced because we keep promoting ourselves. But that's okay. That's nice. Okay, good. We're a long way from our next promotion. That's good. They're retreating. You have won, but you still need to pull back. Disaster at Staunton. 4,000 Confederates and 14,000 Federals. Yeah, that sounds pretty bad. Ah. That's not good. So they've cleared the valley of any Confederate forces. It was a little force up here, but not much. Who we got? No, Portfield's up against it. They've recently fought a battle, so they're probably knackered. I suspect they're going to lose this one. Walker's now coming under fire. That's fairly even, but again, you've recently fought a battle, which is probably not ideal for you. Walker's division retreating in panic. Where are we? We have now retreated to Harper Junction? No, what's it called? Hanover Junction. There we go. In fact, we're heading all the way back down to Richmond. Oh my goodness, Federals in Richmond. This is not ideal. No! We lost the first Battle of Richmond, and I think we're probably going to be heading into a second. Disaster warranted. This campaign is not going well. How many men we got here? 10,000 apparently, although they amount to ship out, and 14,000. That feels like a lot of men. Don't tell me you're just going to give up on Richmond. Oh. Has it come too late? Those mad generals are doing nothing. Oh. Oh dear, let's look at front lines. Especially considering they've got most of our army cooped up in this little pocket. Some fine hearts of iron play right here, actually. Pocket them up and destroy them. Yeah, this is... here goes Richmond. That's a serious blow. Oh, not quite yet. Up. Richmond falls. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. How's our national morale? It's 67. We've not given up yet, but we need to get this back. We're in a poor state of affairs. Alright, well, I think we are, well, at least our own little cannons, our own little force is becoming ever more credible and efficient. We've got 4 units we need to bloody in. You can find it, here we go. We'll have 4 inexperienced brigades which we need to see action for the first time. Go see the elephant, get themselves sorted. However, yeah, I think you guys could do with some reinforcements. Ah, you're not too bad. But anyway, I think our little brigade here is becoming very effective. I fear about the rest of the Confederacy though. Southern Dream may be starting to die. However, it survives for at least one more episode. Because we can draw things to close here, and we will come back next time where we'll see where the army of Shenandoah heads off to. I'm hopeful to actually hang about for at least get another couple units, and we will see what tremendous effect our thousands of cavalry can finally have upon this war. So I'll catch you then. Cheerio!